So, makinig po tayo. Press briefing. House of Prosecutor Panel. Yan. Press briefing ng House Prosecution Panel. Maganda yan eh. Kasi may mga tanong, may sagot. Doon sa nangyari sa loob ng Senado. Yan. Maganda ito. Alam nyo, hindi man tayo nag-aral ng mga batas, natuturuan tayo ng konting batas. Yan ang pinakamaganda dyan eh. Kaya kailangan yung mga ganitong mga nangyayari, hindi natin pinapalampas. No. Lalo na ako, mahilig ako sa ganyan. Lalo na kung Tagalog, mas masarap paging ganyan. Kung Kapampangan pa yan, mas gusto kong mapaging ganyan. May kinyabi ako eh. Okay. Pakinggan natin.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the press briefing of the House Prosecution Panel. We have with us now from our right, former Congressman Isabel Maria Zamora and Congressman Rod Gutierrez of the House Prosecution Panel. Okay, let's hear first the opening statement of our panel. The office, please.
As we always practice in this culture, let the ladies do it first. Kong Bell?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So we have concluded our first week of trial. It is our third day. And today, what we had was the cross-examination of our witness, John Mark Calilong, the agent on case who investigated the threats, the utterances made by Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte on November 23, 2024 at that online media briefing which was live streamed through Zoom and live streamed on Facebook. So we heard the questions propounded by the defense to John Mark Calilong, which we believe were sufficiently answered by John Mark Calilong. That's why our prosecution we decided not to conduct any redirect examination anymore. That is our opening statement in the meantime.
Since I'm the senior, now we let the junior member of Congress to deliver his opening statement.
I think Prosecutor Zamora said it best, so I just want to say good afternoon and thank you for having us today.
Now it's the turn of the senior, not the senior citizen. Well, ngayong araw na ito ay ngayong linggo ito ay tinapos natin ang unang witness na ipinisinta ng ating prosecution panel. At nakita po natin dito sa day 3 ng impeachment trial na kung saan ay nagkaroon ng cross-examination ay hindi po natibag o hindi nabutasan ang testimonya na inilatag o ibinigay ng ating witness na si Agent Mark Calilong, John Mark Calilong. So isa pang pruweba na ito ay nagsasabi ng katotohanan because he was very consistent with all his statements from the beginning and even during the cross-examination, nakita natin na he was firm at tinayuan niya yung kanyang mga binitawang mga pahayag o testimonya during the first day that he was presented as witness for the prosecution. So yan ay isang magandang development at aming nakita na sa susunod na mga araw, mailalatag pa rin ang mga ebidensyang inihanda ng ating prosecution panel.
Siguro, Kong Ace, banggitin ko kung ano yung nangyari kanina, no? Nung time po ng defense para mag-cross, may mga nilabas po silang mga dokumento. Sa tingin po namin, kasi gusto nilang questionin ang credibility at yung training ng ating witness. So natural naman na gagawin ng depensa na questionin ang kredibilidad ng witness ng prosecution. Pero ito po, wala naman pong na ipakita ang depensa na gaya ng sabi ni Kong Ace, matitibag ang statements na ginawa ni John Mark Calilo kahapon sa kanyang direct examination. Narinig din po natin ang mga tanong ng ating mga senator judges at lahat naman po ng kanilang katanungan ay nasagot ni John Mark Calilo from questions regarding his training, questions regarding the investigation he conducted, and questions regarding the threats which he investigated. In fact, ang last statement po ni Agent John Mark Calilong ay yung threats po ay absolute.
Alright, we'll now entertain questions. Tina?
Dun po sa trial kanina, a video of Attorney Zuleika Lopez was shown, and the prosecution plans to present her also as a witness in this article on grave threats. How will the showing of that video kanina po help in your presentation of the witness next week? Parang,
Well, syempre hindi ko sasagutin ng aming strategy for next week. Pero siguro banggitin ko in relation to the video of Zuleika kanina, there are several clips na pinalabas po kanina. And sa totoo lang, para-pareho naman tayong nagtaka kung bakit ipinalabas ng depensa iyon. It was Senator Judge Risa Ontiveros herself who asked kung ano yung relevance ng video na ito. Parang ang point niya, sinasabi niyo ba na this prompted the Vice President's utterances? In fact, if I'm not mistaken, ang kanilang abogado ay nag-yes agad. Tapos nung pina-clarify or pina-reform ng ating presiding officer yung tanong, medyo binawi yata ng defense lawyer. So, yun lang po.
Para sa akin, nakita natin no, na nakadagdag ng justification. If you recall, no, ang unang nagpasabina kay Attorney Zuleika Lopez ay ang panig ng prosecution. And with the presentation of the defense kanina dun sa video clips,
Yung defense panel, yung panig ni Sara. Dito naman prosecutor sa panig ng nila Congresswoman Jerbil. Sige.
made Zuleika Lopez, Attorney Zuleika Lopez, very important, no? Which means justifiable yung paghingi o pagsabina ng prosecution kay Attorney Zuleika Lopez. And yung kanyang testimonya na ibiniga o pinakita dun sa video makes it more interesting, no, for the prosecution to ask perhaps, no, yung ating bagong sinupinang witness kung ano ba yung relevance nung video na yon doon sa usapin ng grave threats. Ano yung relevance nung video na yon na pinakita ng defense doon sa sinasabi nating inciting to sedition that have been committed by the Vice President. And all this, no, will now be the topic when Attorney Zuleika Lopez will be presented or will be sitting in the with the stand. So yan ang napakahalaga na development sa ngayon. No? It helped the prosecution panel justify why we needed the testimony or why we needed Attorney Zuleika Lopez as the witness for the prosecution. So yan po ang magandang nangyari ngayong araw.
I guess in addition to that po, just on the point of the order of the proceedings, I think it's very important to note na protected pa rin po yung rules of the impeachment court and tuloy pa rin yung proseso as per the rules. It's important to note for the public viewing, medyo baka naninibago po sila, hindi ito parang yung mga usual hearings na nangyayari sa Senado or sa Kongreso in which free-flowing po yung mga pagtatanong. There is a very rigid order to the presentation of witness. You have your direct and you have your cross. And kung makita mo, although nabanggit na nga po, na i-presenta na po to an extent, yung video po ni Chief of Staff Zulaika, ni Attorney Zulaika, hindi pa rin fully na-trash yung issue dahil nga po there's a proper place and a proper time to discuss it. So, tying it up with the prosecution without talking much of the evidence that the prosecution wishes to present or the witnesses that they wish to present, it just shows na everything is in line with the procedure and the integrity of the evidence is still intact.
May action na po ba yung Senate Impeachment Court on the request of the prosecution to subpoena Attorney Lopez?
I believe the subpoena was issued yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And earlier, before the adjournment of the court, the presiding officer mentioned that he clarified whether the prosecution panel would like the impeachment court to subpoena Attorney Zulaika Lopez, and the response of the prosecution panel was yes. Indeed, we need the testimony of Attorney Zulaika Lopez, which made it more important after the hearing today during the cross of the defense panel.
Sir, does that mean meron nang na-receive si Attorney Lopez na subpoena to appear next week?
Yeah, but if that order was issued yesterday, perhaps, presumably, it was already received by the office of Attorney Lopez.
Thank you. Good afternoon po. Yung pagpapakita po ng video ni Attorney Lopez kanina, did it help the defense's case? Or ano po ang palagay po ninyo dito? Did it justify the utterances of the Vice President?
Yeah, I think merits na 'yon, no. Gaya ng siguro na lang general response from the panel is that we were surprised to see that the video, the clip where Attorney Zulaika Lopez was presented as the evidence of the defense, no. And we weren't expecting that because the whole issue was about the threats issued by the Vice President, and we were anticipating that the defense would cross-examine our witness on the basis of the testimonies uttered or the statements uttered by the Vice President. So meron palang silang ibang strategy, na meron palang silang ibang plano. That's why they presented that.
If I can also get your comment po dito sa statement ni Attorney Binluan saying when the Vice President uttered those words, she was responding not as VP but as someone who wants to protect her family from the supposed threats, and that she did not commit an impeachable offense, that grave threats falls under jurisdiction of first-level courts and not a high crime.
This is just on my part lang po, no? I think we can't really comment on that. Again, this goes into the merits of the case. Yung mga nabanggit po ni Attorney Binluan would be, it's appealing to the merits of the case and how it will be decided. But what I can say is that we can see the fairness of the impeachment trial court. Nakita po natin, there was a question that was raised yesterday that was answered by Attorney Ligutan to a certain extent na medyo similar in tenor. That's not usually in line with because it was a question by the Senator Judge. And the presiding officer Escudero, was very fair in allowing the defense side to also air out in a similar way a sort of response or manifestation. So I think in a way protected po yung integrity and the fairness of the impeachment trial, and we just hope to see more of that po siguro moving forward. But as to the actual how it would affect the case, we have to leave that to the Senator Judges to decide po.
My comment on that is while there was some sort of a closing statement on the part of the defense earlier, and we understand that was given kasi nga po kahapon nagsalita din si Attorney Ligutan of the prosecution ng 5 minutes. Gusto namin ipaalam na hindi pa po tapos ang presentation of evidence. ng prosecution. Meron pa po tayong mga witnesses next week and the following weeks. In fact, ang binigay po sa ating trial dates ay 11 for Article 4, and we will exhaust that depending on our strategy, depending on the way that the prosecution sees fit.
Last na lang, your assessment po dito sa first week ng impeachment trial ng Vice President, si Representative Luis kanina said daw, so far so good. I wonder if you share that sentiment.
Who do you want? Anyone? Well, ako, itong gaya nung nabanggit ko kanina, no, na so far, ang prosecution panel has initiated, no, the constitutional process of impeachment, meaning from the beginning na kung saan ay maraming haka-haka na hindi ito matutuloy, ito ay natuloy. Dun sa mga haka-haka na pipigilan ito, hindi po nangyari yan because nakapagpresenta tayo ng ebidensya. Pangatlo, habang pinipresenta ang ebidensya, pinipresenta ang witness, ay hindi nila na tibag o nabasag ang testimonya ng aming witness sa prosecution panel. And we are confident that with these developments for the first week of the trial, we believe that the subsequent days of the trial that will happen, we will be able to present our witnesses and our evidence. We are certain that the same impression by the people would be present. Meaning, ganun ang pagkakalatag ng aming ebidensya at ng aming prosecution panel. Tuloy-tuloy po ito. At itong prosesong ito, hanggang sa dulo, dapat po matapos natin ito. Tapusin natin itong prosesong ito.
Kung, just ano lang po, sino sa inyo po yung pwedeng sumagot? Just a reaction lang po sa kanina sa cross-examination. Sinabi kasi, or parang pinuna ni Senate Presiding Officer Chis Escudero, si Attorney Amando Ligutan at sinasabing, kasi nga sunod-sunod yung kanyang objection at sinasabing tila frustrated si Attorney Ligutan. So, ano po yung reaction nyo?
Well, you know, in any court case, in any trial, nangyayari naman po yan talaga between lawyers. Siguro gusto namin din ipaalam sa lahat na ang isang trial ay hindi napapanalunan sa daming mga motion mong na gagrant ng judge o ng justice. O hindi ito paramihan ba ng points. So, ang importante po dito, at the end of the day, is mailabas yung ebidensya and understandably mag-object ang opposing counsels. Nangyayari talaga yon during direct exam, cross-exam. Ganun po talaga ang proseso. Kapag nakikita po ng mga abogado na may some sort of maybe violation of the rules on how we present our witnesses. So, naturally, may nakita ang prosecution kanina na ka-object-object sa pagtatanong ng defense counsel, kaya po nag-o-object. Kahapon naman din po sila, sunod-sunod naman din po ang objection sila. Ganun lang po, sa totoo lang, trabaho yan ng mga abogado.
So, hindi naman po yun frustrated. I mean,
well, you know, Attorney Ligutan is a seasoned lawyer. Kulang pa po yan, sabi nga nila, sa kanyang ginagawa in a normal case.
Naglagan ko lang, no? Nakita naman natin na talagang preparado yung ating prosecution panel, no? From our public prosecutors and sa private prosecutors, patuloy yung kanilang pag-aaral, patuloy din yung kanilang preparasyon. In fact, wala na nga mga tulog itong ating mga prosecutors. Kahit na walang tulog, magandang babae at magandang lalaki pa rin sila. No? That only means that they're confident that they're going to win this case. No? The best part here is that they came prepared and their preparation is paying off. No? Nakikita natin, ang tao ay namumulat sa katotohanan at namumulat dito sa ebidensyang ipinresenta.
Just to add lang po, no, not necessarily in that point, but just to answer the question, of course, as Kong Zamora has already mentioned, it's really part of the process. We also saw it yesterday in the part of the defense, no? Na the lawyers, it is their job, it's their duty to their client to seriously protect and to defend their cause. So talagang lalabas pa talaga yun. It's but normal in the process to have these objections, kahit na marami yan. It's because they have to safeguard really the cause of the interest and cause of their clients. But with that, it's also but normal that lalabas rin yung personality ng lawyers. Just to answer the question po, no, if you were asking if talagang frustrated po sa pagkakakilala po working with Attorney Virgil, hindi po, he's just very passionate. And if you review naman po yung nangyari sa trial, even when it was him who was objecting, very passionate naman po talaga siya. So, I wouldn't think po na frustrated talaga. But, yeah, that's just the way that I saw it po.
So hanggang dito na lang ang video. Sana po, mamulat talaga ang taong bayan sa katotohanan. Ang masakit dito, baka pagdating ng botohan, baka alam naman ninyo kung sino yung sa side ng Duterte. Alam nyo naman yung sa prosecution. Yan ang masakit kung minsan, kahit na nagdodomilat na yung katotohanan, baka iakwit pa nila. Yan ang sana, kumari lang sana, hindi sila boboto Kasi, unang-una, di ba nung araw sabi ni Binoy, sunugin nyo man ako, mangangamoy ako ng Duterte. Yan, wala nang pag-asa dyan. Talagang, yung magkapatid na bilyar. Wala ka rin mapapala dyan. Duterte yan. Yang magkapatid na Cayetano. Sana depende sa pag nakita nila yung mga ebidensya na ilalatag ng prosecution, sana doon sila bumoto. Kung sa may ebidensya, ang masakit, kauli-ulian, nasayang lang ang pera ng impeachment. Yun ang masakit dito sa lahat. Kasi sa atin sa Pilipinas, kung saan ka magiginabang, the more, ganun talaga sa politika sa Pilipinas Kung saan ka nagiginabang, doon ka nakaharap. Hindi mo na tinitingnan yung ebidensya labas sa ganyan. Yan ang pinakamasakit. Kaya sana maging eye-opener ito sa mga botante sa 2028 ng national. Maging eye-opener po sana ito sa lahat. Sana titingnan natin yung mga ebidensya. O kagaya kanina, hindi nga nila matibag yung guess ng taga-NBI. Wala silang na. Paano? Hanggang dito na lamang. Itong inyong kaibigan kay Jesus, Brother Manny Bautista. Always pray, mainit ang panahon, mainit ang politika.